just a bloke in a bar.
Thank God.
Which God are you thinking?
The God of fucking football, cunt, because our Spurs got up overnight.
The God of the punt, mate.
Our Spurs got up, dude.
You know what Tom and I do?
Spurs.
You know what Tom and I do?
What?
We recognise opportunities.
Yeah.
Well, not just that. Our Spurs were playing.
Yeah, we recognise an opportunity. We see our Spurs. We see our Ange. Sweaty Ange.
Sweaty as all get out.
Have you heard of him?
Sweaty
Ange.
Yep.
Ange Postecoglou.
Sweatiest coach
Hero of
in
the nation.
world football, not soccer, Denon. Football.
Grumpy
People go, listen, we want Ange to come back to play the coach Socceroos. I don't think we can put Ange through another Asian qualification for the World Cup.
No, he might die.
There's too many sweaty joints in Asia for Ange to possibly go on.
Unless we sponsor him with daylights. That is not a way to shoehorn an ad in. That is just an option.
It wasn't available last time he was coach of the Socceroos, so that's a great point. It's a great point, Tom.
Maybe they were dehydrated.
But it's you know what it's about, Dan, is you get off your phone and give us your full attention to me.
Yeah.
Is that
Stop tweeting.
Is that Tom and I spotted opportunity. Ange.
Are we still at the opportunity thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
What Ange did is
you were texting, so you might have even lost your point.
and it's still on the rounds this morning, but he said this a while ago. Ange always wins a trophy by his second season at any club.
Yep.
Now you would say, well, they got knocked out of the Carabao Cup. They couldn't win the Premier League. They got knocked out of the FA Cup. What's left? The Europa League final this morning. If you are an astute observationist who looks for opportunities everywhere,
Observes them.
and observes them, but also understands the sweatiness of Ange and how that plays in finals. You give Tottenham to lift the trophy one of the great licks of all time.
Okay.
And
You put your dukes up.
You put your dukes up.
And you get the work.
And you go, that's our Tottenham.
Okay.
That's how it's
Coy
done.
you Spurs.
Okay, so you're Spurs fans now?
Always
What
have
do you now?
They're about to sack him.
been. Oh, they can't.
They're not going to sack him now.
There's still word that they
Of
made.
course there still were, but you wouldn't know shit, dude. We're football guys. Yeah, they ain't sacking Sweaty Ange.
Tottenham. Yeah, they came 17th, but they won the Europa League and they're in the Champions League next year.
Do you know the cash
what do you want?
injection that comes from going to the Champions League? I don't know if you know
look
that.
at you, mate. Smart
Well,
guy.
we're football
Smart
guys.
guy.
We're
Football guys.
There's a
Okay.
cash injection that comes from making the Champions League. They're going to be able to attract better players who want to play Champions League football now.
I will say I'm a big fan of him confirming he's not a clown. Loved that yesterday.
He's not a
Confirming not a clown. He said, I tell you what, I'm not a clown.
Yeah, he's not a clown. He's a winner.
He's a
That's
winner,
what he is.
And he is. And I think he confirmed that by winning as well.
Well, he did.
Now,
Did you watch it? You wouldn't have watched it. You're not a football guy.
not a football guy.
we were up for it.
Yeah, you get. Did you actually watch it?
Yeah,
Of course you do, mate.
Did you go up and watch it?
Yeah,
Did you stream it?
No,
Well, I didn't stream for it, man.
Did you?
We got
So
families
that's a
and
what?
shit.
That's a 5:30 a.m. Wake up.
Well, a couple of kids, mate.
5.
Couple of kids.
5 o'clock, mate. Mate, I was up. I was up feeding Suki. Heard of her?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, at 4:50 this morning, so I was up.
Okay, you're up, mate.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, I was
Okay.
up.
What's the future hold for Tottenham?
Oh,
Trophies.
probably, mate, trophies.
Trophies,
Just more
mate.
trophies, mate. You
Trophies,
know what I
trophies,
mean? Like, I wouldn't be
What's the knock been on Tottenham for the last few?
Well, they haven't been able to get the job
Well,
done.
the knock on Tottenham. Well, they
Good
haven't
team, not a great team. Can't
well,
win.
Well, they haven't won a major trophies for 17
years, mate.
Yep.
That's a knock.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a big knock. Haven't been able to hold on to their talent. Big knock. They got injuries out the
You
wazoo.
mean Harry Kane?
They
Harry
got
Kane
injuries
fucked
out the
off.
wazoo this year, mate.
Yeah.
Out
Gareth
the
Bale?
wazoo this
Okay,
year.
okay.
Obviously, Ange has been criticised for still playing that high press football.
When they did
this
the cattle.
morning. Didn't this morning. What did you do this morning?
High press.
Park that bus, baby. Whee!
I think that's the opposite.
Whatever. Park the bus.
Park it.
No, he did. That's what I'm saying. He went away from it. People critique him.
Oh, he went away from it and he parked the bus.
People
Okay.
critique him. People critique him for saying
Keep up, Denon.
you've only got one fucking style of football, high
Yeah.
press attacking football.
Yeah, he parked the
I
bus.
think you'll find, mate, that their goal difference, even though they're 17th, is plus 10, something like that.
Okay.
They've scored a shitload of goals. They've scored more goals than 7th.
Okay.
Not important. Again, football guys. What you'll find is Ange overnight adapts for the situation, parks the bus,
He parks
Horses
the
for
bus.
courses.
3 shots on goal, only needs one of them. Boss.
So I just
Get that up,
Can
yeah.
I ask you, where did you get these talking points from? Be honest.
What do you mean?
We pay attention. Hello, sport. Hello, sport.
But it should be, shouldn't it?
No, because
Because you're like mainly rugby league.
Sports ubiquitous.
Yeah,
Oh,
generally.
okay. Fair enough.
It's like man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man went to the moon, not
Yeah.
man's.
Mans.
Okay.
Yeah, mans don't go to the moon. Man went to the moon.
Yeah.
So when
Or
you,
woman.
yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yep.
Again, I'd just like to confirm, where did you get your talking points from?
We follow
football. We love football.
We love Tottenham. Tottenham guys.
Big Tottenham guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
But more specifically, big Ange guys.
Yeah,
Big Ange guys.
Big sweaty
okay.
Ange guys.
Big
Well, we love
sweaty
our
Ange.
nation, Denon. You probably go for some like German bloody.
Bundesliga side or
club
some
or something?
shit, yeah.
What?
I don't know.
You Bundesliga?
Yeah,
No,
you're
shite,
giving real
Bundesliga.
Bundesliga energy.
Oh, that's
Fucking
good stuff.
Wolfsburg or something.
Yeah.
What's wrong with
Woof,
what's wrong?
Later Schützen or something fucking weird too.
Later shit. Wow.
Who haven't been good for ages, but they
Oh,
were
later
good.
Schützen.
Yeah.
Aren't Germany really good it's at soccer as a nation?
No, but I'm saying you'd go for a German
You go
club.
for John Club.
Okay.
Later Schützen.
What's the
You
implication
don't
on
laugh.
that?
You don't laugh, man.
I don't laugh much.
You're not very funny.
Oh, wow.
Just joking. Just
Jeez,
joking.
just trying to have a good old conversation with your mates. Get
Whoa.
brought
Mate, we
down.
don't rate later Schnitzen.
Yeah.
No, it's later Schnitzen or shit side.
Guys, don't forget, this is brought to you by Grumpy Coffee. Speaking of German, being grumpy, Germans are grumpy.
Germans are grumpy.
They're grumpy people.
historically.
Grumpy people.
Grumpy people.
Yep.
Grab some Grumpy Coffee from grumpycoffee.com.au. Also, DJ Grumpy will be live at Box Hill this weekend doing a set, so make sure to get down. I will try to get down there as well. It was awesome. The last weekend at the Rusty Rabbit. If you are a cafe, a run club, a gym, or whatever, any activity outside or inside that you would like to have DJ Grumpy down there playing some cool tunes, and the tunes that will be played, they'll be appropriate to the setting. Email djgrumpy at grumpycoffee.com.au.
Not dubstep.
I mean, look, if you want dubstep, he can do it.
Yes.
But he's most likely not going to play dubstep at a cafe.
Yeah.
Is dubstep doing the rounds anymore, or is it
Don't know, dude.
Bring it back. Bring
has it been
dubstep back.
phased out?
Look, I think it's always going to be around, but it may not be, Skrillex. Is it Skrillex? The guy that
I think
kind of...
so. I feel like dubstep was everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a while it was.
Reach out, dubstep aficionados.
Aficionados,
Reach out Skrillex.
Reach out, Skrillex,
Yep.
absolutely.
Yep.
Also, the jerseys, Bloke jerseys, still available, bloke.shop. And don't forget, get your good day at begoodhealth.com.au. Also, your daylight. Use code DMP for 10% off. If you partner that with a subscription, you get 20% off. 8 out of 10 Australians are dehydrated.
Fact.
Get around it. They're only a fact-based company. I said we. I was about to say we as if I own part of it.
Well,
So
listen, you
yeah.
don't, but we're open to hearing what your offer is. But it's,
Make us an offer.
Make an offer?
yeah.
Show us your books, mate.
No.
Show us your books, mate.
Make us an offer.
You
Mate,
make
show
an
us your books.
offer.
And then we'll tell you if it's close.
No. You show us your books, mate. They're not making an
Nah,
offer.
you ask first.
Mate, if you want to make us an offer,
No, show us your books, mate.
you make us an offer and then we'll share the books. If it's close.
Oh, okay. Our favourite hot boy is in some hot water. Reece Walsh. I thought this would be like almost a bit of a meme and it would go after like not even 24-hour news cycle. I thought this would be a 2-hour news cycle thing where we would see it and go, oh, that's a 22-year-old acting like a little bit of a dickhead. Who cares?
Not
And
even
then
a
moved on.
dick. This is one of the
I don't think
great
it's dickhead
beat-ups of
territory.
all time.
Okay, I'll use the wrong word. Dickhead. Being a little bit of a
being a
rascal.
22-year-old.
He's been a rascal 22-year-old.
Being a rascally 22-year-old with his boys.
Yep.
Who hasn't, and I mean this seriously,
Who hasn't put on gloves and
wrestled, put on gloves, fucking punched each other, dacked each other, tripped each other, farted on someone. Who gives
Drawing
a fuck?
dicks on someone.
Drawing a dick on your mate when he's drunk. What? Who
True.
cares, dude? His friend was asking for it, as in he obviously lost a bet or some shit. Reece gave him one of these.
Yep.
And he wasn't like he knocked him out. He had a glove on. It was all good.
You know what I reckon
It
it might have
didn't hit
been?
that hard.
It would have been, Madge saying to Reece, listen, a lot of people calling us fucking soft. We need to bash some blokes.
Yeah.
Maybe
Just
it was a
fuck someone
directive from Madge to go, listen, you're a star, you're hot too, you'll go viral, just bash a bloke.
Yeah. And I think that
It's one of the great inside jobs.
I tell you what is disappointing, as you pointed out, I agree. I thought it was going to be like a 2-hour news
Max.
cycle thing. What's disappointing is this is Origin Week and they're still pushing this down our throats.
It's because
no one
talks
No one
shit
cares.
about Origin anymore.
No one gives a shit about this, mate.
No.
But what I mean by that is the media are pushing this as a story. No one gives a fuck about this story.
The reason they're pushing it as a story is because Origin has become increasingly more sanitized in terms of like, hey, Laurie, do you hate Queensland? Oh,
Hate's a strong word.
I don't want to say that, man. And then Billy Slater's like, do you hate Queensland? Or what do you think about Laurie? You had a bit of a thing with Madge last year. And he's like, oh, fucking, I love Laurie. I have a lot of respect for Laurie. Like, it would have been so easy for Laurie to go, yeah, I hate Queensland. obviously no one's going to be like, for fucking hell, man, or that's so... It's
That's
like,
so disrespectful.
give us something, bruh, for fuck's sake. You got to sit here and pretend like anyone cares about Reece Walsh. If I was Reece Walsh, which I'm not, I would have been like, I'm not apologising for this. He comes out and he's like, oh, yeah, having a laugh with him, mate. Obviously, we don't support violence. Obviously, you don't support violence. Obviously, you don't. And you shouldn't have to come out and even fucking say it.
And then they're like, oh, he's going to make a donation to the Black Dog Institute. I'm like,
is he?
not linked.
Not even
Not the
linked.
same
It's like-
thing.
matter
Like,
of fact,
do it.
I'd argue it's the opposite. It's mates having a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Not linked.
Exactly.
Not
Friends
linked.
having a laugh.
You know what
Not
this?
linked.
But you know what this all goes back to, and everything in rugby league goes back to this. It's Latrell Mitchell. Because
What's Trell done to it?
well, he went on a media ban. We've got a false flag now here. If he didn't go on a media ban and he gave us some headlines, so that it's the media's way of going, Trelly, give us some headlines.
Yeah, you and Spencer Lenu have stopped speaking. Now we're starved of yarns, and now Reece.
So we're going to keep making headlines about other people until you do something. So this is on you. And so it always comes back to Latrell Mitchell. He needs to create a headline so that they can get their paychecks all sorted. And then they'll stop going one by one, star, because it's going to be star after star until Latrell gets a headline.
So it's almost like,
It's a hostage of headlines.
hostage, where it's like we're going to off every single person you love, metaphorically speaking. I don't know why I did that in quotation marks. I meant to go off until you start speaking.
Yeah.
Basically.
Basically. So he's got the message now that, mate, until you give us some headlines and get us some clicks, we're going to keep creating stories that aren't really stories about all the people that you work with until you have to do it. As I said, everything always does lead back to Trell.
All roads lead to Trell.
Yeah.
All roads lead to Trill, always have. Mate, this is just the biggest beat up of all time. Also, they're
Literally
like,
all
but it was a one off. And then the other video comes out of him doing it again. I'm like, oh, shock horror. Oh, he's put the gloves on before, has he? Yeah,
Oh,
because
what?
he's
There was-
22.
And he's having a laugh.
Because he's 22 years old, that's why. What are we talking about?
Imagine like guys from like 20 years ago seeing that this was a rugby league scandal going, the shit I used to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Compared to that as a scandal, I'd be in jail.
We had a full-blown wrestle last year, I believe last year, in the studio, drunk off our asses.
Yep.
With our hands around each other's throats.
Sounds like you support violence.
Well,
no, I'd like to actually say to everyone, I do not support violence.
but sometimes you need to have a wrestle. It wasn't
With your mate.
violent.
No, it wasn't violent. It was a wrestle.
It was just wrestling, you know what I mean?
I cannot believe it. Now there's like
Like, think about what used to happen in Origin camps.
oh my God.
Ready to spurt sauce.
Mate, it just... It's crazy. Now there's like all these like...
And now we're talking about Reece Walsh. She's not even in Origin
I
camp.
saw a radio show this morning. It came up in my feed of people saying, now the question is, are rugby league players role models? And callers in being serious going, you know who role models are?
Can we beep who the radio station is?
Sorry?
Who is it?
No, I'm not going to say which it is.
It's obviously a competitor.
Sorry?
It's obviously a competitor to your own.
No, it's not a competitor. It's not a
So
competitor.
it is SEN then. It's SEN saying it.
No, it's what?
So it's not a competitor, it's fucking SEN.
Let's just say it was a government radio station.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Getting calls in going, oh, I'll tell you who the real role models are, not bloody footy players, it's doctors, it's frontline workers, and just that whole yarn of like, hang on a sec, we're talking about a 22-year-old punching a guy that consented with a boxing glove, having a bit of fun, and should it be posted? All right, cool. If that's the worst thing he does, come on, man.
All right, should it be
tell you-
posted? Yeah. If he wants to, it should be.
No, it's
There's
fine.
nothing wrong with it.
I tell you who a role model is for all Australians. Dr. Smith, who looks after feet, who lives in Burke that no one knows. He's a role model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I thought
Doctor-
we were actually talking about someone then. I was like, holy fuck, I don't know Dr. Smith who looks after feet.
No. My point
bad
is,
Australian?
role models need to be known, generally speaking.
Yeah.
You can have a local role model, right?
yeah.
Or like my neighbour's a role model because he's a doctor. He's a role model to you because he's your fucking neighbour.
Yeah.
But he's not a role model of someone who lives in Townsville.
Yeah, but also like, hey, if Reece Walsh, no one's asking to be a role model, and like Reece Walsh is famous. So is the definition, but like anyone famous or successful is the person that becomes a role model, or is it just he's doing like a cool job?
Yeah.
He does a cool job.
The argument of like, oh, I can't believe these footy players are role models. They're not role models because they play footy. They're role models because they've reached the top of an incredibly competitive environment that requires a huge amount of sacrifice, usually from when they're 6 years old. That's what makes it great. Like if it was just because they're footy players, why aren't local league footy players role models?
It's the dedication,
Exactly.
it's the skill, it's the commitment.
If there was a doctor out there that was wanting to be a doctor since he was 5 years old, or she was 5 years old, and they worked since 5 years old to be a doctor all the way till they're 20, they probably would be a role model to a lot of people in the doctor industry or the medical industry. It's the sacrifice. It's the fact that they're beating out tens of thousands of people to get to where they're at. It's also the gladiatorial aspect of it, that they're sacrificing their body for our entertainment. There are so many reasons why. However, hey, bruh, if you have an issue with footy players being role models, get your kid to have a different role model. Yeah. Like it's not the fucking footy players' fault.
Also, there's probably enough like history around the great game of rugby league, enough of a track record where are you shocked about a footy player being a footy player? Like, oh, well, I just didn't see this coming. I just had my kids fucking role model footy players. Now he's fucking punches. It's like, yeah, dude, who gives a fuck? Like, know what you're getting into.
Yeah, it's a 22-year-old. And also, that doesn't mean that
it's also not bad.
You're excusing anything wrong footy players do. When they do things wrong, you say, that was wrong. That is not what a role model should do. This, fun with your mates, a little bit of a shits and gigs, not a big deal.
Not a big deal.
I promise you, your kid on the internet every day is seeing worse shit. I promise you that.
Way worse, dude.
Very bizarre. I can't believe, honestly, I thought this would last 2 hours. It's become a huge topic. And I will say, large amount of it is because he's young and hot and very strange, very weird. Don't understand why it's a big deal.
And why isn't the bloke getting punched getting shit for putting his head there?
Well, she's not a role model, mate. Yeah, his head shouldn't have been there.
Fair call.
He obviously lost a bet as well. I'd like some context. Why is he getting punched? He did something to deserve that.
He's got his bloody big melon hanging out.
He did something to deserve that, Denon, and you know it.
I cannot believe he had to do a statement. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, and like the CEO's coming out and talking and just like dude, get a fucking grip.
At
some point, I would like NRL clubs to have a little bit of a spine in moments like
we're just talking about that.
Shut up.
Yeah, 8:22.
Hey, sorry, dude. Yeah, you know what?
But what's your message?
And it's like, and they lump it in with like, oh, fucking Marty Tapau thing, and oh, they're not going very well. Oh, they went on a boat cruise, and it's like, oh, Buck the Broncos under threat. Like, what are we talking about? Shut up.
Oh, man. Crazy times. Crazy times.
The Bronco.
My God.
Shut up.
I'm surprised we didn't start the show off with Buck the Bronco.
Yeah, huge.
This
huge
show's
news.
fallen off, dude.
I feel like Buck the Bronco's living a good life, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, dude. He's probably rooting all of the chicks as well. He's just like, he's the most famous
dudes.
Bronco in Queensland. All the dudes, of course. He might be into Broncos himself.
He might be into Broncos.
He might be. He's just having a lot of sex, is what I'm saying. He is probably the Reece Walsh of Queensland Broncos.
Guess what Buck gets to do every second week?
Cruise around on home games.
He gets to run out to Suncorp in front of 40,000.
Get waved
for blood, getting love from the adoring fan.
Yeah.
And old Peter.
And that's not Peter, P-E-T-A.
Peter.
People against the...
are like, no, that Bronco's having too much fun.
Yeah. Oi, get rid of the Bronco. Oi, change the name of your club. Oi, do all this shit. Hey, Peter. I love that Peter just roll in and just like make demands and everyone's like, no.
Good publicity stunt though, because we're all talking about it. Got us 1-0.
Well, yeah, but like, what's the publicity stunt? Just that we're aware of them?
No, 1-1 couldn't be.
Well, I think that's how they work though. I think that I don't know for sure. I think that they do these outlandish requests so people go, oh, what is Peter and what's going on there? And then they try to like smuggle in the rest of their message.
I haven't heard from Peter for a while, to be fair, on these shores.
I think Peter's been quiet.
Peter has been quiet. So maybe that's what they got a new head of marketing and they said, listen.
Yeah, right. Let's go after, but like also...
Let's go after a beloved mascot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then like the Rabbitohs named after guys that would sell dead rabbits, Like.
I'll be totally honest. I didn't know that till only a few years ago. The Rabbitohs were named. I thought they were actually named after rabbits.
I think I learned it on this show a couple of years ago.
I knew.
Guys, don't forget codesports.com.au/bloke. Use code BLOKE and you will get the whole year for $49. All the articles with all sports, the best in the business. So use code BLOKE. Go to codesports with an s.com.au/bloke. Use code BLOKE. Okay, Lockie Galvin, he's on the move. The Tigers had a board meeting this week, and have reportedly decided they'll allow Galvin to an early release. 2 conditions. 1, a transfer fee. 2, he reconsiders the legal position with the club. Bulldogs apparently keen for him this year. Eels have always been in the mix. I think personally the Bulldogs are a red herring. I don't think it just doesn't make any sense to me.
I reckon it's the Roosters.
I thought he's going to the Eels.
Yeah,
I think he's going to the Roosters.
Really?
Yep.
And what, DC's going somewhere else?
DC's the red herring.
Oh, okay.
Imagine, and there's all the like fucking, and this is tinfoil hat Tommy Burns here, but like, Moses and Politis fucking hate each other. That's Isaac Moses, who's our friend. Hate each other. They don't want to work together. No one's looking at it. Are you telling me a Sam Walker, Lockie Galvin halves pairing would not get the penises and the vaginas across the country absolutely tingling with excitement?
Yes.
And then Cherry goes to the fish, back home.
You are. You do. Are you premiership ready, though, with two young halves like that, like they want to be?
Well, but you could look at it this way, Denon, if you'll allow.
I'm allowing.
You've got an aging Cherry Evans who is a dear close personal friend, and I'm not saying this to throw shade, but has been inconsistent this season, I think it's fair to say.
And he's old.
And he's 37 at the end of the year, right? So what sort of football are you going to get out of him next year or the year after?
And if
it's
you want to talk
unknown.
about-
You're also, what you're doing is you're going to Sam Walker, you're 7, sorry, brah, move over. We're bringing in another 7.
Or he'd play 6, bro.
Yeah, but like,
No, I get you.
do you know what I'm saying?
Yep, I understand.
Or you could get someone that Phil Gould calls the greatest young talent he's ever seen and shift him into a club and build around it for future domination.
Long-term success. Because, I mean, there is a very good chance. Like, a lot of people, not us,
A lot of
Cherry,
people reckon they
say
can't
that
win the
Cherry
Cherry
coming
anyway.
in ain't gonna make him premiership ready. That's not me. Don't breathe in like that. Dude. I'm not saying it. That's what people are saying.
I was breathing in for the people, not for you.
Don't you fucking breathe in like that.
Well, if you're breathing in for the people, that's
But, you know, like Cherry Evans, he'll be the oldest player almost to have ever played the game of rugby league by the time. Like, so he goes to the Roosters for a year, or do you, if you're the Roosters, do you want Cherry Evans for a year to maybe make you premiership ready, or do you want Lachlan mother frickin'?
Well, you added the
Galvin?
mother frickin'. That makes it sound better. Like you said Cherry just with a normal voice, then you said Lachlan mother frickin'.
Do you want 37-year-old premiership winning Queensland captain, one of the best halfbacks in the competition, Daly Cherry Evans?
probably get a maybe like
To
one.
play out
You
of
probably get a
position?
good year.
Probably
Do
get
you
a
get
year.
2, maybe not.
Maybe, yeah, but you'll get
Or
one.
do you get like you gave him for 5 years?
Maybe more.
What are you taking? Yeah,
I think
if
you're taking El Gal.
I think if you're talking smart, long-term rugby league football, if you put your GM hat on, please, Denon,
Yep.
I think you're going Galvin.
No, look, I'm with you. I do think Galvin.
We are smart, aren't we?
You're not supposed to breathe in. I'm agreeing with you.
Sorry.
I'm agreeing with you.
I
I was breathing in because more to be like, what are you going to say?
build
I
tension.
think that Galvin. I think you're right. I think you boys are right. I think the biggest hurdle to it though is obviously the Politis Isaac Moses relationship that isn't the best.
But don't you just lay down your guns in the pursuit of greatness? and
Not
go,
when you.
fuck it.
Not when-
Even the Germans and the Brits put down their guns
For Christmas.
on Christmas Day and went and played a little soccer.
Okay. It all comes back to football, doesn't it?
Well, it does if you missed a football. If you missed a Europa League final, like I am.
Is Galvin worth putting the guns down for though? I guess.
I think so.
Well, it seems like it. Seems like it if you look at Gus Gould, who you could argue is the sweaty Ange of rugby league.
Because Mitch Moses was relatively available recently.
Yeah, but he's a bit older.
He's in the peak. If you're talking about being premiership ready.
Yeah, but you're
bring him
saying
to
Mitch
the-
Moses to the Roosters? Because he's
Yeah.
also a 7. So what are we doing then? to Sam
Yeah,
Walker?
but I mean, he's playing 6 in Origin. He could play 6 if he wanted
could,
to. And
but he's
also,
a- but he is a
Sam
seven.
Walker
But he is a
could too.
7.
He's a 7.
He
And
is.
he's long term. Like Cherry Evans coming in is a bit more like, hey, don't worry, Sam Walker, you're still our guy.
Yep.
But Cherry's just going to come in here and pump up the tires a little bit, fluff the pillows.
Okay.
I think it's fun to think about. I think it's fun to muse over. I think that there is some truth in your red herring statements, Tom. I don't even know what a red herring is. I assume it's a bird.
Misdirection.
But is it a bird?
Yeah, well, a
apologies.
herring is a bird.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe a red one.
So maybe they used to use red herrings for certain things. Yeah.
Look over there.
Oh shit! There's a red
Yep.
herring.
I still think, though, when it's all said and done, that he will go to the Eels.
But the only way for him to go to the Eels, correct me if I am wrong, which very likely, is that they're going to do that 3-way beta swap.
No, because he'll be going next year. Dylan Brown goes next year.
Right, but so he can't come right now unless they do the 3-way beta swap.
right now. I think
The beta clubs, like everyone thinks it's
Or
interesting. no one
the
cares.
3 shit clubs do a swap.
They're like, oh, dude, guess what we're all doing? We're like, no one cares, bro. Just like,
coming from you guys aren't looking that hot. I mean, we're
coming
all
sixth.
not looking that hot right
coming
now.
sixth.
We're
Sixth,
coming
lad.
6th.
we're coming 6th, lad.
But we're not looking that
Oi,
hot.
where are we on the ladder? Quick, Matty.
Letter.
the ladder, lad.
You were
don't know,
calling
I'm
us
gonna
shit
say
last week.
6th.
We were in the top eight last
No. Where are
week.
we coming?
All right, I'll have a look.
You were calling us shit last week.
just have it. No,
We're
no.
6th, lad.
Why don't we just
Oi,
wait
why
for
don't you
Matty
win
to
a
have a quick
game,
look?
lad?
You're coming 6th.
I thought DCE
Win
wasn't
a
good
game,
anymore.
lad.
I thought DCE wasn't good anymore.
lad.
Bro, you've had your bye. You actually are not. You are not 6. You've had your bye.
What's the ladder say?
Do some freaking
What's
maths.
the ladder say?
Do some maths.
What does the live ladder say?
You've got literally
Live ladder.
You've got 2 teams under you that haven't had their bye yet.
Cool. Well, they're under us though, aren't they?
So the live ladder,
and their differential is better.
So live ladder: Canterbury first, Warriors second, Canberra third, Melbourne fourth, Cronulla fifth, Manly sixth.
All I know is Broncos are ahead of you.
No.
Yes, if they had their bye.
If there was an apocalypse right now and they go, oh shit, we just have to call the season, you would miss the finals.
Read a book.
No, you
do
would
some
miss the
calculations.
finals. You would miss the finals. And that's embarrassing.
Broncos are technically ahead of you.
No. But we're literally ahead of you.
No, but you're not, because we've got to play this weekend, and if we win, we're ahead of you.
No, because we automatically get the points.
Yeah,
Oh,
so,
if
so you'll go to 12, and we'll go to 14, and we'll still be in 6th.
Yeah. So
if you win, you're talking about if you win.
Well, we know who
of
won't
course,
win.
if you
You're
win,
not going to win.
You haven't
You guys
played
can't
yet.
win
We're
a
talking
fucking
about
game of
right
rugby
now
league.
You know who won't win?
You guys.
because we had the bye.
Because you
No,
suck.
because you suck.
Oh my god, we're essentially on the same points.
You got beaten by the Dragons on the weekend at home. Like
You just haven't had any
and
bad
I know
losses
that
this
happened
week.
to us this year.
No,
but
that might have. That was
doesn't
ages
count.
ago.
That doesn't count.
That doesn't count. Different situation.
And we don't have a top 4 side on paper.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I had you in my top 4 at the start of the year.
You've almost got like a top 2 side on paper. That's how bad you're going.
You got a premiership winning team on paper.
Yeah, look, I will give you that
And
on
you're not
paper.
even in
Our
the
side
eight.
is better.
Not
Our
even
side
in
is
the
better.
eight. Not even in the 8.
Again, I came onto this podcast, I don't know if it was the start of this year, but or maybe the end of the last, and said that you were the biggest underperforming side in Australian sport, and here we are.
Still
Living true.
underperforming.
Mate, there's AFL sides that are way underachieving.
Oh, deflection. But anyway,
You know who it is? You and Carlton. That's it.
I think, isn't it Fitzroy that's like 112 years or some shit like that, or 80 years?
St Kilda have won 1 premiership in 150
Yeah,
years.
but they're not a glamour club. They're fucking rough and tumble. They're
Aren't
shit.
St Kilda like 100 years old or something?
150.
well, age,
150 years old?
I don't know. Listen, I'm way more of a football guy than an AFL guy, so I don't want to sort of speak out of turn. I don't know much about St Kilda other than my granddad was offered a contract to play for him.
But look, I like the shout in regards to Galvin to Roosters. It does. If you look at like building for the future, Robson, Galvin, Walker, it's pretty hot. It's hot
And Cherry Evans could do like a LeBron thing. I'm coming home.
to the Redcliffe. Yeah, okay, it does make sense.
Any affiliation whatsoever with Redcliffe?
I think
His
he has
junior
some
club,
junior
dad
club.
played for him.
Bang! I'm coming home. LeBron thing plays. The LeBron thing plays.
Okay.
But so outside of the beta 3-way, that's like Lockie won't go to the Eels. Is that your thought?
No,
Or he will still go to the Eels because it's like fuck all money.
I think he'll go. So I still think he'll go to the Eels. I just understand where you guys are coming from with the Roosters. But I think the Eels.
So he could still go to the Eels this year though.
Oh,
and he
this year,
Because aren't they like get out right now? It's the end of you and
I
me.
don't think they would
I
have.
can't wait for you two to be gone.
You to be
No,
gone.
but I think that they would have to do the 3-way swap for that to happen this year.
The beta 3-way.
I didn't say that. You're
You
saying
can
that.
say it, dude.
I don't.
That's
think
not. That's not what we're calling it. That's what they're calling it.
that. Okay.
That's what the people are saying on the streets.
Okay. All right.
The beta 3-ways between 3 betas.
I mean,
clubs.
to be,
That's clubs.
To
Yeah,
be
it's
fair,
clubs,
Newcastle
clubs,
Knights have
clubs.
made finals more than both of our teams over the last 5 years.
Yeah, but the Knights suck. So
That just is what it is, though.
you know,
Like, I'm a Knights fan, I see that running.
you know what astute rugby league analysts have done? Astute rugby league minds, people with vision. They put money on at the start of the season for the Knights to get the spoon. Pfft, who would that have been? You're looking at him. Guy that gets it.
Okay. Guy that gets it. All right.
Red herring. Supposed practice of dragging smoked or salted herring across the ground to confuse hunting dogs, diverting them from the scent of a
That's
fox.
what I was saying.
Wait, what was that?
again?
Say that again.
Sorry. Originates from supposed practice of dragging smoked or salted herring across the ground to confuse hunting dogs, diverting them from the scent of a fox.
Oh, okay.
So smoked, as in
Dragging like a dead
a
herring.
dead herring, or is there like it's?
Well, they cooked it up nice.
Yeah,
That's why it's red, maybe.
or maybe it's not a herring. Maybe it's like just sounds the same.
I don't know. This is what I'm reading right now. That doesn't.
You said herring, though, right?
Yeah, herring.
Yeah,
herring.
so like a
bird. Drag
beautiful,
along
a
the
beautiful,
ground.
beautiful
No, it's a
jus
fish.
over the top.
Fish.
It's a fish.
Oh, of course.
Sorry, I should have said that.
No, bird. No, that'd be a fish, mate.
Red fish. Yeah. I thought herring was a fucking bird.
Yeah, bit of lemon on there, beautiful. You know.
Beautiful, mate.
Cook the
Beautiful.
bastard and butter, mate.
Use code KK for menu log for $7 off Indian this week, guys. So use code KK, $7 off Indian.
Why is
this
that?
week. Kian Kalamatangi won our hungriest player.
Didn't feel like going the full last name there. It's a lot to put in.
I'm trying to help the dribbler out. You know, it's 2 a.m. in the morning and you're fucking struggling.
Yeah.
You don't want to.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
No, it makes sense.
Makes sense.
I tell you what, Jesus, New South Wales side looks pretty good.
Oh.
How this side doesn't sweep.
Well, it's duffel bag stuff, right? It's duffel bag stuff.
Don't want to go back to duffel bag.
Oh,
You don't
but
go
we've
back
got-
to it.
we
It's just-
don't
it is
know.
what
It's
it
just-
is.
yeah.
It's duffel bag season.
Sometimes, Denon, a side will come along that is so undeniable,
Yeah.
so hot to trot, so jacked and sweaty and ready that you can't look away. Listen to this, punters and dribblers, and tell me how this side does not sweep. Edwards, To'o, Crichton, Mitchell, Lomax, Moses, Cleary, Barnett, Robson, Haas, Martin, Crichton. Yo, that's the C next to Yo's name. Watson, Lenu, Young, King. Now, King could have been a Keon. Keon could have been a Terrell. We'll get to that. But that side can't lose.
No, that side humps.
That side can't lose rugby league games.
That side humps.
Yeah.
That side can't lose rugby league games.
Look, I'm not as confident as you in regards to that
As
side's
being
ability
a
to win or
Queenslander,
lose
of course
games.
you're not confident. We
Look,
don't even know half the names in your fucking team.
Wow.
Apparently, the
Okay.
blokes had to wear name badges to
Training.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that what you're hearing?
That's what we're hearing. But like,
Because people have like heard the name, but they don't know who the fuck they are. So like, who are you? Oh, you're.
it was
Trent
Ben. It was
Liero,
Ben.
is it?
It was Ben Eichen all over again when
Yeah.
he walked into camp as the 6, and Fatty Vorton had no idea who he was.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, boys. There's
Trent
tough
Trent
uphill-
Liero, is it?
uphill battle. Just got just a bunch of blokes willing to rip and tear.
Well,
but you
they've
guys
got
are
no
absolutely,
option, right?
you guys looking big and scary. So
We look
hopefully
big,
we can.
but we look big and scary. Don't we?
Oh, mate,
and your blokes
absolutely.
are wearing name tags.
That's what it is. It's,
Yeah.
it's an uphill battle for our boys. So hopefully we can just get out there and have a crack.
Bo Fermor.
Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Fermor? What do you do? Oh, you're in the team.
Okay, all right.
Dude, what? Are you going silent on us?
No, I'm
Do you
with
know who that is? Have you heard of
boys, I'm with you.
Have
It's
you
a
heard of
massive
those
uphill
two
battle.
before?
It's a massive uphill battle.
It's tough, man.
And you guys are just looking too good. You're looking way too
Yeah,
good.
we are.
Yeah, I know.
We are. Listen, New South Wales arrogance, it just pours out of me.
Yeah.
And you know why it does? Because you go up there and you win the Forbidden Shield. And we should have swept you last year.
We would have swept you last year, except for obviously the higher ups wanting to.
What was the
get to
scoring?
the
What was the
side up.
scoring game one when we were red card in the first?
We
4
almost
minutes?
won.
We pretty much won with fucking 12
I think
men.
you're
came
down. I
back.
think you're down.
No, but we came back.
No,
Like
as in
you-
like when that hit happened when he nearly killed Reece Walsh.
We lost 38-10.
Yeah, but there was some tries late.
Yeah, there were tries late. Like there was a point. I remember there being a
was
point
like
where
20
it was on.
I reckon it was
Mate.
like 24-10 at one point.
Seeing that hit now with all that without all the emotion, like it's like
Yeah, overreaction. Overreaction.
Overreaction.
overreaction.
Overreaction.
Should have stayed on the field.
You got to be. It's pretty fucking crazy when you see it now.
Well, yeah, it's crazy how much everyone blew up.
Sorry for thinking that Origin was held to a higher standard.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Fuck! When I see it now on replay, it's like he dived at his head.
Can we get fair income for a second?
It was 20-10 with 15 to go.
There you go. Thank you.
That's what I'm thinking about. Let's get fair income for a second.
That's embarrassing for Queensland, by the way.
Latrell Mitchell and Stephen Crichton in the centres. That's just like, okay, someone get me a fan. I need to cool down.
Yeah.
If Cleary and Moses can click, and I don't think there's any reason to say that they won't, it's good night nurse.
It's the only, and this is obviously, we've got so many weapons in the duffel bag, which is fucked. We are coming out with a range of duffel bags. Don't worry, they are New South Wales branded.
And tasteful.
Yeah, not this year, but we are so fucking stacked,
And they're
so
politically
good.
branded as well.
Huh?
Politically branded.
Yeah, well, they're state based. Yeah. We're so stacked that we just went, Forbidden Shield winning halves pairing. Nah, we'll just bring back in the greatest halfback of all time. Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh man.
We're going to bring in an immortal half.
Sorry,
you know what's real?
That's
what's
crazy.
Sweet.
I know.
You know what's sweet is your Nathan Cleary journey. It's one of the sweetest journeys I've ever.
Well, you know
I've
what,
ever been a
Denon?
part
One
of.
thing you'll
growth.
learn. Yeah, one thing you'll learn as you grow and become a man, which is beautiful to see, is that you can't be married to your beliefs. You got to be prepared to change your mind when new information is provided in the form of 4 straight comps. And credit to us for having a malleable thought process and being able to go, you know what, I'm going to take in this new information. Nathan Cleary, immortal.
So basically what we've done is we've subbed out Jerome Lua, an absolute winner, and replaced him with an immortal.
An immortal.
Yeah.
He is. Oh. If he doesn't finish as an immortal, I'm not here.
Well, I mean, it might even be that we start calling him the immortal Nathan Cleary now.
How many have we got? How many? I'd love to call him the ninth, but
If you lose this series,
Let's just call him the ninth and just fucking forget about it.
imagine.
I don't even know who we brought in.
No, the ninth. Yeah, well, Nathan's the ninth.
Yeah, the ninth, mate. The ninth's he's gonna give you trouble.
Yeah, huge trouble.
Can you imagine the rhetoric if you lose this series?
What?
Like the rhetoric if you lose this series,
Mate, we'll take our licks like we always do.
No, but I mean on Nathan Cleary specifically.
Well, it depends how he plays.
You will literally be tearing him a new
Yeah,
ass.
fuck yeah. If he doesn't get us the job done, then ninth status removed.
Well, yeah, you remove the ninth. You remove the ninth.
So he's one series away. It's a make or break series.
Mate,
Well, no, he's the ninth already.
Mate, everyone says that he needs to go out there and dominate an Origin series, and hopefully this is it.
I think it will be.
He will dominate an Origin series. We just don't know which one.
It'll be this one.
It'll be this one.
Oh, God, yeah. You guys are shit.
Okay. Anyone else, boys? What thoughts on the rest of the squad?
Can I? Oh, this is just. I don't want you to think that I haven't been serious to this point, but I do have a serious question for you. Ari Campbell Graham, who I would assume centre coverage because Stephen Crichton was maybe under a bit of an injury cloud.
Well, I think more just the coverage of if someone goes down, you can shuffle quite a lot of people around there where you don't have another outside back.
Yeah, okay. Well, he's been back for how long, Matty?
Well, just this year, and he's been out for a couple of weeks.
That's what. So, like, he's been out for a couple of weeks recently.
But he's been back for at least 3 weeks, I think, now.
Yeah.
Right.
He was out for the start of the year.
and he's been good.
Been good. Really good defensively.
Would you say he's in the side because he's been in the side before? Like, as in, the reason he's been brought in here isn't necessarily from undeniable form, but because he's been in and around the setup, played for Australia, like, he's clearly someone they know and trust.
Yeah.
As opposed to it being like, oh, fuck yeah.
No, but like
Next man
Campbell
up.
Graham's the kind of guy that, like, okay, if he's not the best on the field, he's always giving you like 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
And so, like, I think that's why he's so reliable there. And it's good also for culture.
This is biased again. This is very biased question here. Where's Cooler? He's had a great season. I don't know whether he is, from my understanding, from my observation, watching every Manly game, like, he doesn't seem like he's a shit defender or like he's got anything wrong with him. Like, but his attacking is fucking out of control. Is he even, like, I haven't heard him mentioned anywhere.
Yeah.
But he's been really good.
Yeah, I mean, he's been really good. Maybe it's because, like, he was a little bit quiet last year and in and out of the side last year. I know he had some injuries, but, like...
Yeah, he was never in and out from selection. It was only injuries.
Well, there was periods where he was coming off the bench.
That was coming back from injury, though.
But, like, he didn't walk... Like, if you're an Origin, you're about to play Origin, you go straight back into the side. And so you could maybe argue because last year he was, like, off the bench, then he came into the side, then I think put it this way, there were questions last year of who you leave out of that back line for Manly, and some people thought you'll leave Cooler out, you leave some of those other guys in. I didn't think that, but some people thought that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But then, like...
that is true.
That is true. This year, though, that's definitely not been the case. He's been absolutely throbbing. And, like, whilst Max King hasn't... It's not a like for like in terms of the way you're explaining the Cooler situation. Max King hasn't exactly been a... he hasn't been on the tip of anyone's lips for Origin, except for a bit this year, maybe like the last couple of weeks. I guess I'm just wondering, like, with someone like Cooler, is he even... Is he a... Like, nah, there's no chance.
Well, I just think you've got such depth there. Like for example...
He's more dangerous in attack than Campbell Graham, right? Surely.
Yeah, but Campbell Graham, a lot of people think he's one of the best defenders.
Campbell Graham literally wins games for South off the back of his defence. If he wasn't in the team on the weekend, the Tigers would have beat us by a couple of tries.
Which is what you want, Norwich.
And also, Campbell Graham's out of trouble runs, they would be better than Coolers. Not as dangerous as Coolers, but he gets through more work.
Again, I knew that was biased, so don't shit down my throat.
I'm not shitting down your throat.
Style. No, I'm talking about
I'm
the
just
people
trying
out there.
to...
Well, there's nothing wrong with a little rugby league bias, Tom.
No, I'm
If
wavering.
we were home of unqualified.
It's like, for example, here's a good example. So his average running meters this year is 154. Coolers is 120. So when it comes to, like, yardage set stuff, he's better than Cooler right now.
Tries?
Good stats.
Tries
Good
wise,
stats.
well, he's only played 8. Oh, so he's played 8 games this year. He scored no tries, which obviously is,
Wrecked.
but I don't think anyone
Public
is saying.
correct.
I don't think anyone's saying attacking wise, he is more dangerous than Cooler. Like I think Cooler is definitely. I will say Cooler's defense is underrated, especially his low tackle technique. He usually chops blokes really well, but like statistically, he's got 7 tries, 7 line breaks, 2 try assists.
Chops like.
So look, It's not as outrageous as some people would claim.
Yeah.
It's not as
Okay.
outrageous as some
Well,
people
that's
would claim.
because Tom and I don't know what we're talking about, and we just wanted that cleared up from a professional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'm at
I
the
think
top
it's
of his
just
game.
the breadth of form like this is probably not as long as a guy like Campbell Graham. So, yeah. And also, I think when the style of New South Wales that they want to play is like outside backs, they're big bodies that do tough carries and then just camp us down Queensland down in our end, and eventually we break.
Do you know what style we're going to play? I was talking to Loz the other day. Good close personal friend.
Yep.
Beat 'em, bash 'em.
Beat 'em, bash 'em.
Yep.
Bash 'em, beat 'em.
Pinya's in
Do
your
you beat
corner.
'em or you bash 'em first?
Pin, bash, beat.
Oh, pin, beat, bash.
Pin, bash, beat. We pin ya, we bash ya, we beat
Beat
ya.
ya.
Ah, okay. So pin, bash, beat.
Yeah.
Okay, so you pin them in their corners.
Yeah, with the long kicking games of our halves.
Yep.
Mitchell
Yeah.
Moses and the ninth immortal.
Pin
Nathan
off the
Cleary.
back of kicking.
Yep, pin, bash, beat.
So, forwards roll forward. Bash, 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 bash. Meters. Attacking kicks. Corner. Pin. Bash, 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 bash. Beat.
Meat.
Beat.
Oh, beat the meat.
Beat your meat.
Oh, and then you can beat your man at the end. But that's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Okay,
That's how you
fair.
win Origin.
Are you
reckon-
nervous looking at that side? Can't be honest. Like, don't be all like, oh, Queensland. Like, you are nervous about that side.
Yeah, it's a freaking good side. Really good side. And they're all in form, really, too.
And there's experience there.
Well, you're going into a series for the first time, I think, in quite a while with, like, essentially no debutants other than Max King,
Which is huge.
which is, it shows you how good the development has been. And that's what, like, look, I know Freddie gets a lot of, like, the back end of his Origin coaching career. Yes, they didn't win the series or whatever, but he is part of building this. Like, he was the one that laid a lot of these platforms for these guys to have got the experience that they've got. With the
Freddie.
only exception, I think, is Edwards that didn't play under Freddie. Everyone else here got their debut under Freddie, I'm pretty sure.
Lomax.
Edwards and Barnett.
Lomax wouldn't have.
Edwards, Lomax. Oh, but also Freddie had a lot to do with Lomax.
Freddie
all through
brought
the team.
Lomax in 2020. He didn't play.
okay.
He didn't play, but he was in camp.
So, like, and I'm to take nothing away from Daly or Madge, but a lot of these guys got their start under Freddie, and I don't think he gets enough credit. Like, look how young a lot of these guys still are. And that was Freddie picking a really young side. Was only
Freddie picked 11 debutants.
Yeah,
How old is Latrell Mitchell, just out of interest?
27. I think.
That's fucked for you guys.
We've only got, like, what?
Yeah, 27.
27?
Yeah.
Jeez.
How many old blokes are there in our side? Mitchell Moses is, like, what, 29?
No,
he's
he's
30.
31.
He's 30. Isaiah Yo's, what, 32? 31?
No, I think
Yo's
he's
30.
30.
Is anyone in
Whoa.
our side older than 30?
That's what I mean, and that's my point with the whole Freddie thing. Like, he took a huge gamble when he
We've
came
got
in.
some youth there.
Yeah,
lads.
Moses is 30.
But you've got these guys with, like, so many years ahead of him as well.
And your halfback is how old?
Oh, your halfback.
No, your halfback.
Ours is 27.
Who's your?
Ours is.
Oh, yeah. Young. The ninth.
Ninth isn't very old.
A little bit older, that's for sure. But in saying that, he's put you over his knee and spanked you just a few times. So, there is that. He is daddy to you guys. Grandfather.
he's not. No,
His
no.
granddaddy.
Yeah, we're not talking about we're not talking about the past. He's obviously done that
He's
to
granddaddy,
us.
Joe.
No, we get that. But, mate, we're comfortable enough in our
Masculinity.
in
your
our
losses.
masculinity and in our side and in our state to accept that,
I've been bent
there's
over a knee
been
or
been
two.
periods where we've been bent all the way over. All the way over. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about this side in 2025 and that side bends teams over.
I do.
Barnett's 31. That's the one.
Sorry?
Barnett's 31.
Barnett's 31.
31.
Okay.
I think the Max King one's really interesting because I like the yarn around it at least. Like, obviously, the whole Terrell May, blah, blah, blah. And I think most people would have had Terrell there, or at least in the extended squad. But I do like the yarn around Max King.
Yeah. No, listen,
come
happy
out of
for Max.
nowhere. And he is like a lot of people are looking at it who he replaced, but he is a very Queensland style selection. Like, this guy out of nowhere in one of the leading sides that does his job gets selected above maybe some showstoppers. Like, how many times did a player from Melbourne Storm get selected during that period where you're like, what? He does. But and Laurie's done that. He's picked it is a very Queensland-esque kind of selection, if you understand what I'm trying to.
Sure, like, great story, and I'm happy for Max, and I'm ready to see Max get out there and rip and tear for the state. There's obviously, though, the elephant in the room, as far as I'm concerned, is that, like, what has Terrell May done? Other than that, like, Twitch video, whatever it was. Or if you're watching NRL 360, he's doing a bloody like a live vlog. He's bloody kind of on like a live, like a live vlog or something. What's a vlog? Is that what you do on your phone? Is it a bloody like? Outside of that, what's he done? Like, no one said what he's done, and people like read between the lines. I'm like, well, I don't know what the fuck that means. Has he broken the law? Because he gets kicked out of the Roosters. No one knows why. He goes to Tigers, starts ripping. He did a slice of a vlog out of context, which was clearly a joke. What's he done?
There's bigger known grubs in the side that we have.
Of course there are. It's rugby league.
So-
but like, what's he done? Because his lateral defence, he gets found out. He made 60 fucking tackles on the weekend.
Yeah.
His actual form, that is truly red herrings. That's all just nonsense.
Oh, the birds.
It's the birds.
It's red birds.
That's the birds.
But why though? What the fuck? Why?
I don't know. Like, I haven't heard anything, you know.
It's like
It's annoying.
He
Because
obviously-
he's not even in the extended squad. So
That's what
it's
makes
like
it the strange.
he
I could
obviously
get-
grates gears.
grinds.
Grates. Do you grind? Oh, you grind.
You grind.
grind gears. You grind gears.
You don't grate them, do you?
I think
Great
that
cheese.
You do great cheese, yeah. You walk over grates as well.
Yeah. Cattle grates.
Cattle grates. And the like. Stops cattle walking over.
Yeah, okay.
Keeps cattle in a bloody...
Well, it means you don't have to get up and open the gate. You can just drive over the cattle grate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I'm with you. Very, very strange situation. As I said though, Max King, like he is the front rower in the leading team in the competition. I'm really keen. I hope he does well.
I'm happy for Kingy.
Yeah.
His wife jumped on TikTok. Beautiful emotional
moment.
message.
Yeah.
I mean, that was nice.
It's awesome.
You know, praise to the big fella upstairs, all that nice stuff. I'm into it. Max King, shout out to you. Injury real journey.
We'll say any man that names his son Hercules, it's got a bit about him.
Oh, is that what the name of the Hercules King?
Hercules King.
That kid's going to get some serious action when he's of age. Wowee.
Yeah.
Hercules King.
Especially if you can put in a Herculean performance.
That was for you, son.
Yeah.
I
there
mean,
you
if
go.
Hercules can.
Well, no, I get it. I immediately now don't want to talk about it.
So yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
Happy for Olakuatu. Happy for the extended squad. Look, like there was a bit of negativity around Stefano, but like Stefano's been solid at the Storm. People are saying he's been poor. I disagree. I think he's been solid at the Storm.
I think it's more that
situation.
the Terrell situation
And
just doesn't...
Do you think Keon was unfair, unlucky?
Well, I think if he had played the whole year in the middle, he'd absolutely be on the bench because of his versatility. I think he's just unlucky because he's been on the edge for most of the year until the last two games. But I would have pulled an audible, man. He played so
mate, he's
good.
in the 8 now, babe, and he's dominating.
Mate, he's fucking
Get
so
Keon
good.
in. He's lost what? I don't know how much weight he's lost, but he's lost weight. He
He's lost weight.
looks terrific.
He's lost like a full props worth
He
of
looks
weight.
terrific.
Yep, I'm with you. Okay, on to Queensland, boys. Anything here that stands out?
Listen, actually, good. You got a nice spine, good style of a spine. I'm a Harry Grant fan.
Well, they've got a great spine.
I'm a Harry
Let's
Grant
call a spine a spine.
I'm calling a spine a spine.
Call
You
a
got
spine
good
a
style.
spine.
You got a good style of a spine. What do you want me to say? You want me to get on my knees for him?
Our
I won't do
posture
that,
is
Eddie.
good. Our posture is good.
I'd suck that spine off.
Yeah, I'm not. I wouldn't. Not around Origin time, mate. No way.
I would.
No.
Would you suck a
I
Queensland
won't.
spine?
I
Yeah,
won't.
that's
But it's
disgraceful.
the sort of spine that you would.
Nah. I'm
Wow.
not saying that.
You would.
I wouldn't. Never.
Mate, your mate, bloody Guru, he bloody backed Queensland in the girls' game, women's game.
We didn't.
Guru doesn't get it.
I'm just saying, he's your mate.
We do.
He's your New
Olivia
South Wales
Koenig.
mate.
Heard of her?
Liv Koenig podcast out this Sunday.
This Sunday.
She's a weapon.
She's a beast. Big fan of her work. She goes out there and she dominates. She cucks in the wet. It was biblical.
Yeah.
How many try assists? 1 or 2. She scored
Couple
a
of
couple of
try
tries.
assists, scored
She had
2
meters. She
tries.
had more PCMs than most people had running meters in the game.
Yeah.
She ate the fuck up. And Guru doesn't get it.
No, he
so
doesn't get it.
I wouldn't be looking to him for any sort of rugby league now because that's the worst take of all time.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is it's the sort of spine you would suck off. I won't suck it off because it's a Queensland spine and it's Origin time. Get it together. All I'm saying is you've got a great spine, but you've padded it with people that need to wear name tags. That's the issue.
Ooh, okay.
That's the problem.
Okay.
That is the problem. I will say that on behalf of Hello Sport, will not suck a Queensland spine off. That's an Edward Simpson take, not a Hello Sport.
No, I don't think you can separate it.
No, you
He's
can.
currently
You can.
representing Hello Sport.
No,
you spoke about it earlier. You
no.
said Hello Sport. You said sports ubiquitous, like me.
Yeah, no, but that's not in this situation.
You're saying you were Hello Sport.
That is an Edward Simpson
I like
comment.
that spine.
Yeah, so there you go.
I like the spine. I like
So you know what? You know what's typical about this?
The spine.
Very New South Wales,
Not getting
already
nominated for the spine.
infighting.
Nah,
Already
there's no infighting.
He's already infighting.
Now,
You can't bring us apart, man.
you can't.
But you can still infight. You can still
Oh,
be.
but infighting's part of just healthy relationships.
Well, part of New South Wales.
No, haven't you heard that before? If you're not fighting like teenagers, then you've got an unhealthy relationship.
Yeah,
I love, you know what I love? There's all these memes online that excuse fucking terrible behavior.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not fucking hating each other at least 3 days of the week, you actually don't love each other.
Read a book, Dennis.
Read a book, dude.
And it's you're just excusing your own
As if you
shit
don't
relationship.
squabble at home about eating so many muesli bars, you'd get
No squabbles here, mate.
Bullshit.
Same side, no infighting, mate. Every day we wake up, we say, got this, mate.
Got this, mate.
You got this, mate. We shake each other's hands. No affection. We shake each other's hand and walk out.
You have a good day there.
Does that mean we're in a bad relationship? Because, no, it doesn't. Just means
everybody good day, mate.
Yeah, good day, mate. Kalen Ponga can play. Listen, Kalen Ponga he's a phenomenal footballer, right? But he's playing with Newcastle Knights. The big concern for you guys is, does the Pooey money stench of Newcastle, does he bring that into Origin camp? I'm not saying he will. That's the question.
This is what's been happening.
He hasn't in the past.
He's been
Edward.
Basically, what would be the...
Sow seeds of doubt, my brother.
Oh, there's doubt coming. Don't worry about that.
There's doubt coming?
Yeah, okay.
Sow
as we get through the side.
Seeds of doubt. Will he play like shit because his club is shit? Maybe.
Well, there's every chance.
There's every chance. Thank you.
Yeah, see, it's going to be the opposite. He's going to come out as horny as anything. Basically hasn't been laid in for 10 rounds, 12 rounds.
See, he'll come early.
No, he won't. You reckon that he's doing that?
Well, if he's
you serious?
If he hasn't got another.
No, when you're him,
Denon.
you're used to just ripping.
Denon.
That's not what happens.
He hasn't got another.
You reckon a bloke like him?
I don't know. He's a
That's
Queenslander.
been there and done it at the biggest stage.
Queenslanders come early. That's all I know.
Oh my God. Blues
En
can't get it
masse.
up. Blues can't get it up.
Oh.
They can't even get it
Well,
done.
in the past, it's been an issue. But
Yeah, no, well, we've
dealt with that.
Partnered with the right people.
we've dealt with
Remedy that
We've
problem.
dealt with that. Ponga, so Ponga could come in and spread essentially
Spread seed.
disease.
Spread seed. That's what you're going to do. You're going to spread his seed all across New South Wales.
Yeah, might. Xavier Coates, never heard of
Jumping
him.
over the top
Robert
of everyone.
Toya, 4 games
Young,
of rugby
gun,
league.
debutant.
Hammer, overrated.
Hammer
Val Holmes,
tears you apart every
past
year.
it. Cam
Holmes-
Munster, injury prone. Daly
Are
Cherry
you
Evans.
really going to say that?
Daly, great player. Daly's a really good player. Respect
Munster
that
has
man.
ripped your arsehole
Mo
so many times.
Futtawaker, nah. Harry Grant. Yeah, look, you're all right, mate.
Harry Grant has also ripped you so many times.
Tino.
Tino.
pretty
Tino is the big
Tino.
dog. You know Tino's the big dog.
Tino,
Don't even try and
basically
lie.
a debutant
good.
at this
Ruben
point.
Cotter, you could fit in your pocket.
Yeah, Ruben Cotter's tiny, dude. Jeremiah
Yous are
Nanai,
kidding.
defensive frailties.
Yeah.
Carrigan.
Well, not just frailties, defensive issues.
yeah, defensive issues.
Carrigan won a Wally Lewis with a man bun. That's how much he
Carrigan,
disrespected you.
worried about his.
He had a man
Carrigan
bun.
got plastic surgery.
He
the
had
other
a
day. So
man
concerned
bun
about
and
his looks.
he won the Wally Lewis medal against you guys. A man bun beaches. That's how much
Pat
disrespect
Carrigan,
he was.
plastic surgery, anal bleaching. Tom Dearden just got pumped by Manly when we had 15 errors. Lindsay Collins, Monstars, first Space Jam. And then the other two, I've never heard of that. I've never heard of those two.
Well, Trent Leoro's with
And
the
then the
Storm.
name badge
who's-
boys.
Is Storm's above both our teams.
Name badge.
And Bo Fermor, he's just a battler. He's going to get the job done, typical Queensland style.
And then Kurt Mann. Jesse Arthurs, you brought him in. That's a hot play.
That's a hot-
That's a hot play.
That makes a lot of sense.
That's hot. I thought he was actually a New Zealander.
He's Māori, so yeah, Kiwi, but he's played for the Māoris, hasn't played for the Kiwis yet, so he's still eligible.
Feels like cheating.
It does.
Dude, what did you think of Roasty pointing out how many players?
40% of your team weren't born in Queensland.
Yeah.
Wrecked.
I don't care.
Well, I mean, no, but are we shocked that they've had to start looking
No,
elsewhere?
no, I'm progress. Are you talking about where was Critter born?
New South Wales.
Oh, fuck it.
He's
Where's
like
he-
one
where's he
guy
born?
though, dude. 40%
Bro,
of your side.
it's basically the Samoan side. You're basically running out the Samoan side.
No, but not true. All born in Australia except for Critter.
You're basically running out of
Critter
Samoan side. So don't talk to me about Kiwi side.
40% of your team, lad.
Bro, you may as well be called the Samoan Blues.
40% of
You
your
may as well be
team,
called that.
lad.
40% of your team, lad.
Samoan Blues.
40% of your
So
team.
we're playing Samoa this
Lad.
Wednesday. Queensland versus Samoa.
No, it's not.
Where's
should
Brian
rename
Toll
it.
born?
Go back up to our team, Matthew. Or is Denning in control? Fuck.
I'm in control.
God damn it.
I just think that when 40% of your team isn't born in Queensland, that's pretty disappointing.
Edwards, New South Wales. Toto, New South Wales. Critter, maybe Samoa.
he was
Trell,
born
New
in
South
Samoa.
Wales. Lomax, New South Wales. Moses, New South Wales. Cleary, New South Wales. Barnett, New South Wales. Robson, New South Wales. Haas, New South Wales. Martin,
And they-
New South
and
Wales.
they hate it
New
so
South
much
Wales.
they wanna
New
play
South
for
Wales.
Samoa.
Watson, Dubbo, Lenny, New
Lenu.
South, I don't know.
I think it's only Max King and Critter.
And they hate it so much. They hate the New South Wales so much they want to play for Samoa because they love their
What are
country,
you
their
talking
culture, their
about,
homeland.
lad?
You are basically Samoan side. Let's just be honest.
That's disgraceful, man.
But yeah, it is.
I want to say that I have
you.
great respect for the Queensland team and the Queensland spirit, but I don't respect you at all.
What, me specifically?
No, the Queensland team.
Jeez, it felt like you're saying me.
Well, you're part of it.
Look at New South Wales.
What's 13 plus paying?
I will say
550?
223
No, that's
at
Queensland.
home. Jesus, that is scary. 223 at home. Have we
I don't think you've been that long in an opener in Queensland in a while.
in a long time?
Is Robert Toyer a good pick? And I'm like Robert Toyer's having great form for
Yeah,
Roosters.
I don't
Not
mind
shitting
it.
on him, but like
I don't mind it. Yeah, for sure.
it's like the one selection where you're like, oh, okay.
Well, like, so Val defensively, he can have his read sometimes, and also Rob defensively, at least tackle efficiency rise is the best defensive center in the competition right now. Yeah, by some margin too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, actually,
Better than Critter.
I saw that the other day.
Hectic.
It was actually my talking point. It was like,
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, so someone nicked it.
What did you
Someone was out there brandishing.
Someone brandishing it.
Oh yeah, it was getting brandished.
That's disappointing. Jeez.
Might have
Tell you
even
what.
been brandished in our comments.
Oh, so maybe that's where he stole it from, Kempy.
Oh, I stole it.
That actually,
would,
that's that sounds about right.
Going through the Hello Sport comments for takes.
Yeah. Well, that's
Well,
where you
you've
get
done
them.
it
That's where you
before.
get them. It's pretty cool, the Robert Toyer one. 10 games.
Yeah. I mean, and I was saying on Monday's show, marking Latrell is literally the world's most dangerous job. Like,
Yes.
it
Oh
is.
mate, there's blokes that are currently on the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean.
Come on.
Who are like, fuck that.
Yeah,
I'm not
who are like,
marking
I'm not
Latrell.
fucking marking Latrell.
Listen, you can get paid $100 an hour to go on the bottom of the ocean, or you can mark Trell, and they're like, I'm going on the bottom
You
of
can
the
go
ocean.
abalone diving off the south coast of Australia, great white territory, or
I'm
you
going
can
to
mark
pick the North
Latrell.
Sea, if that's all right.
I wouldn't get a real market. What do you reckon the market's paying for Latrell to get in a push and shove with the opposing team?
Oh, you wouldn't be one. It'd be $1 even.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
Close the market?
There'd be no market. $1 maybe. Big wink stuff. He'll get not a fisty cuff. It's like a pushy cuff because you can't throw anymore.
Push and shove?
Yeah. I wish that the betting agencies would do that because I'd love to punt on who's going to do the first push and shove. 'Cause that's Origin, baby.
Yeah, I wonder why they don't.
There'll be one
because
for
they're
sure.
like, are they like,
Well, you could start a push
could
and
just
shove
start it,
and then
couldn't you?
just get your mates.
they're right
Like you
there.
just walk up to someone before the ball's even kicked and just push him and just be like, fuck it. There it is.
And your mates have got like 100 grand collectively on it.
Yeah, they won't see anything sus.
No.
Montreal literal.
Flag.
Montreal literal has put $2 billion on Latrell Mitchell to
Or heaps of Latrell's cousins.
his whole crew, his whole family. Why is Latrell Mitchell's family putting all this money on Latrell? That would literally be paying $1.01, but I love that. I will say he's going to give Toyer the business on the ground. As soon as he gets a hold of Toyer's jersey, he's going to be roughing the young fella up,
Yep.
which that's what Origin is.
No, that's what it is. But it's like, what a baptism! Like you're going up in
my
Origin
God.
debut, 10 games into your career, up against Latrell.
Your blokes
I hope
usually
he goes
debut
well.
pretty well.
They
It's,
do,
mate.
yeah.
Think about like
That I will
there
give
are debuts, but then there is debuting against Latrell Mitchell, who is currently ripping, currently looking fit as anything,
And that haircut.
and also on a media ban. So there's that as well. Usually he's providing headlines for the nation, which is it's a full-time job.
Well, he's letting his player do the talking now, Mark.
Sometimes you got to let your player do the talking.
Yep.
Oh, there's the big man.
There he is.
Oh, big fella.
Hey.
Is it 12:30? Yeah. All right.
That's right. It's only 40 minutes.
That's
No,
okay.
it's only 40 minutes.
Hey,
40
mate.
minutes out of session.
Hey, mate.
G'day, mate.
How you
are
doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just about to wrap it up,
Let's
so it
wrap
won't
it
be
up.
that long, mate.
That's all right.
That's all good, mate.
Just talking shit about Queensland.
Don't know about that.
Boys, all right. Let's go. Let's get some tipping done. Who are we going?
New South
Are
Wales.
you getting fair income?
Yeah. Is this,
Well, but like 13 plus, 1 to
13
12. Come on, mate. Jesus Christ.
New South Wales 13 plus.
Yeah.
A saying made famous by a couple of blokes sitting right next to you.
Okay.
13 plus. Big win. What's that paying?
380.
Oh, yeah.
Easy. The bookies think it's going to happen as well. What do you think, Dennis? Let's be
Going to
honest here.
Queensland 1 to 12. Tight game.
Do
Queensland.
we know what
get
the
home.
weather's doing? I know it's a bit far out, but like, is there any indication?
Not sure.
I think it'll be. I genuinely think New South Wales win. I think it'll be like 16-6.
Be a tight game. Because there is
6.
like it's game one in Suncorp. We got the shield take like Queensland. The motivation they have to not. If they lose this game,
I wonder how many times they've lost back-to-back games at home.
well, I think that Connor Watson actually said we had him on the show yesterday, and he said it's some crazy like long amount, like ages and ages back to back at Suncorp.
Okay, there you go. We like that.
So
like
history.
I like that. I like from a yarn perspective that they're already aware of it.
Yeah.
The Blues are already aware of like this is fucking. We can make history here. Yeah.
Thing to do.
I like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, did he? You can't remember? Like, was it like 40,
Oh,
50
he
years or
just
something?
he just
I'll find
said
it.
very very long time. He goes he literally brought it up. I think like back to back winning at Suncorp. It hasn't been done in a super long time.
How good's Origin?
Oh, bro, it's the best. It's the best. Imagine AFL just sitting there. Look, don't get me wrong. I know AFL is doing great, blah, blah, blah. But if they just had been a bit harsher on their players and said, oi, shut up, and the clubs, shut up and release your players for your Origin, because they used to have it.
Yeah.
Now they miss out on the biggest sporting event in the country.
They're talking about
every
bringing
year.
it back.
Dude, it's funny though. You think
But
that's
it's but like, sorry.
You try-
if
yeah,
you
you're
take,
trying
if
too
you
hard.
take time off, it's done.
Yeah, you're trying too hard.
You're trying to. It's clear what you're trying to do.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
trying to replicate.
But also, look at their
what
season.
we've got.
They have nothing. Like, as in, they have the start of the season. We have Vegas, and then they've got Gather Round. That's it. And then we have Magic Round.
That's just a shit Magic Round.
That's what I mean. But then we have Magic Round. Then we have State of
What a
Origin,
shit
and then we
name,
have finals.
Gather
Like,
Round.
they have nothing.
I got to say,
It's called Reach Around, I think, in the AFL.
I got to say they're ahead of us in nearly every metric, other than being most watched, and also the Magic Round is unbelievable in Vegas. But Gather Round, terrible name.
Yeah, no,
terrible.
Terrible.
And they don't have Origin, so
That's
which is the crown, the jewels in the crown.
97, 98.
We're due then.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
are.
it was called Lang Park then, so it's never been done while it's called
At Lang
Suncorp.
Park. Well, listen,
due.
Suncorp is Lang Park. Lang Park is Suncorp, isn't it? Just a
Yeah,
different
it
name.
is. I'm just saying it hasn't been done in the Suncorp era.
Yep.
Okay, round 11 was another great round of footy. Lomax and Moses got their first club game together. The Dragons upset the Broncos. Mulatalo could not stay out of the Storm game. Fox League exclusive games in round 11 are Panthers versus the Knights Saturday at 5:30 p.m. Roosters versus Sharks Saturday 7:35 p.m. And calling all F1 enthusiasts, it's Monaco week. The 2024 race saw Monegasco, Charles Leclerc, win his home GP with our Oscar coming in second. Piastri is in red-hot form at the moment and will be looking to extend McLaren's lead in the championships. Tune into every practice qualifying session and race live on Fox Sports. Race is on 11 p.m. Sunday night, Australian Eastern Standard Time. Get on board. If it's on K, you can't miss it. Okay, let's get some tips in, boys, and then we get you out of here.
Let's tip, baby. Let's
do
tip.
All right, doggies v. the Dolphins.
Dog.
I'm going to go Dolphins just because they're paying $3.
Okay.
Actually, I've lost Hammer.
Nah, dogs.
I'm going to go
Dogs?
Dolphins.
Okay. Eels.
Manly,
Okay.
13 plus.
Panthers, Knights.
Knights.
Roosters.
Knights with the line. I think Panthers might scrape home, but I think Knights.
Roosters, Sharks.
Sharks.
Sharkies.
They haven't,
Mate,
they haven't lost a single player.
It's crazy.
Except Stone Street's out. That's it.
It shows you how good he's doing, the fact that he is essentially a premiership threat without a single Origin player.
Even though
Isn't that wild?
So, I mean, I always say how good of a coach Fitzy is. With one of, if not the smallest club in the comp, or the second smallest club in the comp. Like, I'd say Titans are the smallest.
Yeah.
Are
and
the
he's
Sharks
still
the
not-
second smallest?
They're pretty
tiny,
small.
mate, yeah.
They're pretty small.
Jesus.
The home ground holds like what, 500?
No, it's a shithole, that one.
Yeah, well,
Respectfully. Well,
I actually
think
like
they-
I like
Do you
it.
ever get in there and just say good day to the boys?
No, I haven't gotten in there yet.
Yeah, you haven't got in there?
Nah.
Why
You
not?
should go in there and just like start running like around.
Just running around everywhere.
Just go
Just
in,
film
just
running
go
around.
do laps. Be like, is that campy? Be like, man, I'm coming back.
I've come.
You should. You should think about that.
That'd be hilarious.
Okay.
That's a good idea. You can take that if you want.
Can I? Thanks,
Content-
bro.
content
So
based.
what's the concept? Me just go there, run
You
around.
just go in there and Matty films and you just like run
You should
around.
just rock
Until
up to-
you run around and do laps until someone says, what the fuck are you doing? And then when you ask, you go, man, I'm just coming back.
Come back. Okay. Warriors versus Raiders.
You got to do it shirtless.
Raiders.
With a goatee.
Raiders.
Raiders. Yes. Come on, Raiders.
Okay.
Come on, you Raiders.
Warriors are a false economy.
They're a false economy.
Look at the teams they've beaten this year. The only time they played, and again, what the fuck do I know? Absolutely nothing. But the only teams that they've beaten are like,
Shit.
They've also been missing a lot of players.
I'm just saying. They play the Storm, they
And
get
they're missing
humped. They play
players
the
this
Raiders, they
weekend.
get humped.
That's what we're hoping.
Hey?
We're hoping that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You
It
said-
angers Warriors. I want to be pro Warriors.
Okay.
Obviously, I have New Zealand heritage myself. but it's just hard to.
Okay. Alrighty, that is us done and dusted. Get your good day from Be Good Health. Get your day life
Go
from
the
begoodhealth.com.au. Grab your grumpy coffee from grumpycoffee.com.au. And as always, we'll go and fuck ourselves.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.